I wanted to make a video today about the difference between a real bottle of Acqua di Gio versus a fake bottle of Acqua di Gio. I made the mistake of purchasing a bottle for $40 on eBay from seller Fragrance for You 2000 because he had 100% seller feedback and sold entirely and primarily Acqua di Gio bottles. So I assumed that it was a good seller. He had a few hundred positive feedback. He has 680 right now. So I assumed again that it was a legitimate seller who just had access to a lot of low-cost bottles. So I purchased the bottle and it came shipped very quickly and packaged very well. You can see here this is the bottle that I received. It looks like a real bottle. It's virtually perfect. The only thing that the only thing that made me second guess the authenticity of the bottle was that the product lasted about 2 hours on me. 3 if I was really pushing and sniffing hard. And I'd heard such good things about Acqua di Gio lasting a long time on people, so I was kind of thrown off by why, no matter how much I sprayed, and I was spraying 4 or 5 sprays, it was lasting 4 hours at max, but usually about 2, even on warm days where the heat was really making the scent come out. So after about a month of wearing it and periodically putting it on, and I was spraying a lot. Again, this is the bottle. You can see it's looks like a real bottle. I finally decided to go out and purchase a bottle from Lord & Taylor to see what exactly a real bottle would look like and what it should smell like. They are different. So this is my new bottle of Acqua di Gio. Looks exactly the same, doesn't it? Side by side, they look virtually identical, actually. There are a few really, really minor differences, but I'll get to that in a minute. This fake is so good that the batch code on the bottom matched the batch code on the cardboard box. It was actually the same batch code, which is a testament usually to the authenticity of a product. But I still was skeptical because it wasn't lasting and it smelled great. And it smelled like Acqua di Gio, but it just wasn't lasting. So I purchased my new bottle today. The first thing I noticed, and it's very hard for me to tell, is that the fake bottle's lettering is, so fake is the one that's a little bit more used. Oops, I'm going backwards. Fake's the one that's more used. The lettering on the fake is actually more silvery than the lettering on the real one, and you can see there's a little bit of a difference. The fake is more shimmery and silvery, even though it is that kind of painted on material. The font used on Pour Homme, is actually a little bit different. It's hard to see. But the font used in the fake bottle is a little bit more rigid, has like sharper edges to it. Excuse me, the real bottle has sharper edges to it, and the fake bottle is a little bit more, looks like the ink kind of splattered out a little bit. The tops look virtually identical, except the top of the real bottle has nothing inside, and the top of the fake bottle has a number 2 inside. Looking at these side by side, again, the real one is the one that's full. They look virtually identical, except the real one has a sharper ridge around the top, whereas this is more rounded. Also, if you look at the spray nozzle, the real one is smaller than the fake one, even though they're both black. you can see there's very subtle differences, but they are in fact different. The last most noticeable thing for me was that the fake bottle, you can clearly see the hose come straight down and then curves out. Whereas the real one, that was the fake one, the real one, you don't see the hose at all. It goes down just a little bit. It goes down to the bottom, not to a corner. Overall, the fake one smells much more alcohol-y than the real one. And, yeah, I am putting a request for a refund, and I'll put in a claim for the seller. But it's amazing how well the fakes look. And if I wasn't just skeptical from the beginning because of the scent's longevity, I would have never ever even guessed that this bottle was fake. This is near perfect. Only side by side, and was able to see kind of subtle differences, and it's just subtle shading. The old fakes that I'd watched videos of before, additionally, you couldn't lift the top, you couldn't lift them up by their tops like this. And one more interesting thing I'm noticing is the back of the fake has text, the back of the real bottle does not. So I hope that these different subtle differences will help people be better consumers than me, and hopefully I'll get my $40 back, because that would be cool. But I hope that this was helpful. It was my first video ever, so that's why I don't know what I'm doing. But thank you so much, and I hope this helps.